Baseball is back, and the first pitch is on Netflix. The New York Yankees, led by seven-time All-Star Aaron Judge, head to the San Francisco Bay to take on Rafael Devers' San Francisco Giants. This season kicks off with one exclusive opening night game. Watch MLB Opening Night, the New York Yankees versus the San Francisco Giants, live on Netflix. Tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific.
Not sure how to tackle your taxes? Are you sweating the small print? You may be experiencing FOMO, the fear of messing up. The answer? Using TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They help you get your biggest refund, and then we help you do more with it with a personalized plan designed to help you hit your money goals. It's time to take your taxes to the max. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
If a fan pulls a hamstring racing you, what do?
Cross the finish line, come back.
Smart answer.
Started as a kid with a team to believe in. Every win and loss left my heart still beating. Year after year through the rain and the sun, learning that faith is what makes us strong.
The kick is up, and the kick is good afternoon, and welcome back to the Super Fan Diaries. I'm your host, J.R. Green, recording from our studios on Broadway in downtown Nash Vegas, bringing you the biggest sports, the biggest moments, and the biggest fans, celebrating passionate sports figures and their unique stories. Yes, legends. Be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share your own game day traditions or stories online. Today's guest may be the only man in baseball who can destroy your confidence in under 8 seconds. He's a world champion sprinter. He's chased down hundreds of overconfident fans. And to 40,000 people in Atlanta Braves Truist Park, he's not just a promo. He's the moment they wait for. Ladies and gentlemen, Nigel Talton, the original Mr. Freeze! Welcome to the show, Nigel.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for the invite.
Oh, it's so good having you on the show. I mean, just an absolute legend. And, welcome to the show is kind of on a fun note. I've got to tell everybody how we actually found you. And it all started in an Uber ride in Atlanta. I took my son down to Atlanta for a show called Got Soul. That's right, for everybody listening. I took him to a sneaker con festival about sneakers. That's hot now. That's like trading cards. I have no idea what's going on. But my son, who's 12, said, Dad, we've got to go to Got Soul in Atlanta. So I went there a couple of weeks ago, and I literally walked into a room with shoes that cost $45,000 a pair. I mean, this isn't Chanel, folks. For any ladies listening, this is not Chanel. This is an Air Jordan, some type of one opportunity shoe that goes for $45,000, and they're even more expensive. I even had to buy what's called oh my gosh, what did I buy? He bought something called lobsters. They're called lobsters, and these cool shoes from Air Jordan are like color of a lobster, and so they're very cool. So, and then I did get a pair of Travis Scotts because they're like the coolest thing for a 50-year-old man to wear around and be like, look at these sneaks. And I got them half off. And now my son helps protect those sneakers. He keeps them in his room. Nigel, he keeps the shoes in his room because he doesn't want me wearing them. So anyway, how do we meet? I was literally driving in an Uber after the sneaker fest. And on the way back, I told the driver what I do for a living as a host of the show. And then he turned around and immediately said, you have got to get Mr. Freeze. You have to have Mr. Freeze on your show. I immediately sent a note to the producers, and bada bing, bada boom, we're here. And Nigel, I couldn't help myself to prepare for the show, but been watching countless videos of you on YouTube. And for everybody listening, obviously, superfandiaries.com will have these, but go on, just type in Mr. Freeze. It will pop up, obviously, the comic character from one, I think, Marvel Comics with Batman. But then you'll turn around and you will see this Mr. Freeze, who we are here with today. I mean, so many, it's just incredible watching how many people fall, people running against you. It's priceless. It's so much fun. I mean, how many overconfident men have you humbled during your time as Mr. Freeze?
5 years, I say over 100.
Oh my gosh. I mean, like that is just, it's just incredible. And I've got another question. What % of those fall to the ground?
5.
What? Here's my question. You're running. You're doing a sprint. Obviously, we got to find out how you become a fan to get to run against you. But why do they fall?
I don't know. I think they just be so nervous and just down. They
crash. They
crash.
see your speed, because the videos of watching these dads, watching you, literally, it's like poetry in motion, flying gracefully, and you just go right by them. And then these big old dads just immediately turn and then hit the ground, like literally like a baseball sliding into it. So it's crazy. All right, so the question I have for you then is, what's the exact moment you're going to be able to pass them?
I think like once I get past center field, past the bullpen, I'm like, oh yeah,
This is over.
it's over. before the gate sometimes. In my head, I always know I'm gonna catch them, to be honest.
It's so beautiful because I wouldn't think you could catch many people with a 20-yard or how many yards ahead of you are they allowed to go? What is it exactly?
It's different every time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I just go once I hear the music,
Yep.
and once I hear the music, they like, oh, let's release the freeze.
just say that. I mean, that's so beautiful. Let's release the freeze. So I guess what they do is they do tryouts for the random fan. Are there tryouts on how you get to run against the freeze?
No, so basically the entertainment team walks around the ballpark before the game or during the game and they just pick a random fan.
Wow.
So I think it's fun. I really think I love it.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's one of the best campaigns I've ever heard of or ever seen at a baseball field. It feels like Mr. Freeze should be at every major league ballpark because they need more entertainment during some of those inning breaks. And I mean, what inning did it normally take place for you?
Sometimes the bottom of the third,
Okay.
sometimes the top of the sixth or the bottom of the sixth. It all depends on the entertainment team.
Yep. And so they just kind of pick it like that. And I love that they randomly just pick a dad. But then they don't know if that dad is fast or not, right? I mean, they can't tell. Obviously, if he's overweight, we're going to pretty much make an assumption that he's not going to be able to fly at your levels or even close. But if they do find some of these athletes, and I've seen some of these dads are not like, obese. They're look like, dad bod, but they're pretty athletic. So you feel like they can run. I'm just shocked that the entertainment team puts them ahead of you at different markers. It's not like 20 yards every time. Like you may have a guy that gets 40 yards ahead of you or, like it doesn't seem fair to you, Nigel.
Yeah, I just treat it like a track meet.
Yeah.
200 or 400 or 100 or 60. I just treat it like a track meet.
And what is the exact yardage of this race?
So in feet, I think it's like 545 or 575 feet.
So it's well over 100 yards. So it's like 100, maybe 150 something yards.
And it's like 190 in meters, something like that. Almost.
So it's close to the 200, which is a real race.
Oh, yeah.
I used to do track and field too, Nigel, but not as good as you. I was a pole vaulter, and I barely would clear 8 feet. And by the way, I was only the pole vaulter at the high school team because they needed to have one person do pole vault so the team would have every qualifying section of the track and field team to be able to actually play. So I was that guy that was willing to run on a pole vault. So I did that. So that is, oh man, well, it's so good, so good. Because some people listening right now might think you're just some guy in a blue suit ruining tailgate dreams. But let's rewind this thing. Before the suit, before 40,000 people chanting your name, before the viral clips, before you became a legend in Atlanta, who was Nigel Talton?
College graduate from Kennesaw State University, grounds crew, man, a big brother. Still is a big brother.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. So let's get something very clear. Before there was a blue suit, there was also a world champion. You didn't just run track, you dominated it. So were you the fastest kid on the playground when you were a kid in school, or just the kid that refused to ever lose?
I just refused to lose. I wasn't fast until like my junior year in high school. That's when I start noticing I'm getting faster, like start working out. Nobody really know the story. I broke my femur bone in 2005
Oh, wow.
in my right leg. So I have a metal rod in my right leg.
A what? Oh, you have a metal rod. Yeah.
So
All right. And which one's the femur bone? For anybody listening that doesn't know where the femur is, where is it?
it's your thigh. It's the longest bone in your body, and it's the hardest bone in your body to break.
And you broke it.
In 2005, on my
How did you break that?
football, doing football, I got tackled. My knee went in the ground and just
It's
gave out.
hurting me. This is hurting me to listen. It's hurting me, as you could tell in the camera. Oh, that's hard. Because that's a tough bone to break.
Yeah. And what motivated me was like the doctor would say, you're gonna walk with a limp or you're gonna have a cane. And I'm not about to walk with a limp. They was like, you're not gonna run how you normally run. So I was like, that just motivated me. So doing rehab, I just stayed on it.
And so obviously you played football. You were obviously a very good football player. 2005. So who first recognized that gift that you have and put spikes in your hands and said you might be different?
My track coach, I was playing baseball and I was running track as well. And my track coach told me I need to quit playing baseball and run track. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't like
Wow.
getting to it.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm just saying for all the listeners right now of just hearing of what you've accomplished, you were told in 2005 that you may be with a cane for the rest of your life. And then you took that motivation, you went into the gym, you did tirelessly, obviously just focus in on making sure that did not happen. And you turned that into becoming a world-class sprinter.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable motivational story for everybody listening of when you guys are going through difficult things or you hear about something, don't give up and you keep focusing. You can push through no matter what people say. And I don't think you accidentally become elite. You just don't. You just don't accidentally become elite. And what you've already been telling us some of the work you did in rehab, but what did the work look like when nobody was watching to you to become a world-class athlete and sprinter?
They had me like on the Stairmaster, riding the bike. Every day I just practice bending my knee because, my leg was straight for a couple of weeks or like a month. And
Yeah.
then, work your way into bending your knee 90 degrees and stuff. So it was painful, but like I just stayed at it.
And then obviously you stayed at it. You became a track star. And then how much work goes into being a track star? Because we always see the TV shows with the workout center with the Dallas Cowboys or whatever the shows are on NFL networks. You get to see how hard these athletes go into the gym. They're working out regularly. How about for you? Like early mornings, the sacrifice, missing things your friends were doing because you had to do the work to become one of the best runners.
Mm-hmm. You miss family trips, you miss birthdays because you want to be the best. So you have to sacrifice your time.
And what were some of your favorite workouts? Like what were the big things you had to do? Because it's such a fast race for the competition. I mean, it's over in seconds.
You wanted me to spill my secrets, but no.
Yes, I want the listeners want to hear.
My favorite workout is like hills. Like I love running
Yeah.
hills. Love running down hills. I love on the track. I love 150s. I love 200 repeats, 250s, 350s. I love those type of workouts.
Wow. Well, I don't know what a 250 is. What's a 250 workout?
So it's a regular 250 more meters. So you start like on the straight, go through the
Yep.
curve, and finish at the finish line.
So did that help you prepare to become so amazing as Mr. Freeze? Because it sounds like that 250 is like almost exactly that kind of prep.
To be honest, like I was still competing for track when I became the Freeze in 2017. Like I was still competing. So I was just really still working out like because I was competing. And then like being the Freeze was just like something like extra. Like it's like an extra track meet for me. So
It's not just an extra track meet. It's in front of 40,000 people and people are just loving you. So, okay. And when you stood on the competitive track and you won, because you did, you had to compete. Like you just said, you were always preparing even in 2017 as the prep is so intense, but the race, the competition is over in seconds. What does it feel like? Once it's over, relief, exhaustion, happiness, what actually runs through your body in that moment in a real race?
chills, like doing the Freeze, like I used to block out the crowd. I didn't really hear the crowd until like near the end. Like when I'm finished, I hear the crowd then like the crowd pumping up, cheering. Like I don't really hear it until like the end of the race.
Wow. I can just imagine it.
It's like I'm just in a zone, to be honest.
Yeah. And that zone is, by the way, if you think about professional athletes and all the way to when you talk about some of them like Tiger Woods and other ones, they're able to shut out everything. And so you're able to just narrow in, focus on what you're doing and compete that race. How many seconds is the actual race at Truist Field? How many seconds does that run take?
I say less than 20 seconds.
You think about that 20 seconds of focus and then it's over. It's all over. Well, here's what I love. People see the Freeze and think it's a character, but that speed, that's real. That's earned. That's world class. So when the Braves ask you to race fans, you were stepping into a different type of arena. Did you feel that? Like when you finally got asked? Take me to that very first race on the Braves field, because I just can't imagine the first time you're in front of 40,000 people as the Freeze. What was it like on that very first race? Can you remember it?
The first race was, I feel like I got laughed at because like I didn't have the goggles, I didn't have the suit. I just had like
okay.
it was kind of like a track suit.
Okay.
And you could see my face and everything. And
Yep.
fans probably like, what is going on? Hey, what are they doing? But then after the first race, like that's when they started getting a uniform and goggles and stuff. And then when it went viral, and I think that was June, it was May or June of that year, it went viral.
Yep.
The guy was pumping up the crowd and he fell. I just remember it was Kennesaw State night, and I graduated from Kennesaw State.
Yes, yes. And so everybody, oh, that's great. I mean, what's crazy is this is an evolution then. I mean, originally, Nigel, was just you, your face, you're running. And then it became, after folks, a superhero to where they then put you in this full outfit with the goggles. And clearly that took it to another level. I mean, when you get masked up in anything, it takes things to another level.
Yep.
And I mean, so when you did that first run and you did a couple others and they began to evolve to make you this superhero, was there even a small part of you that thought, hey, they have no idea they're running against, or am I going to be able to catch anyone who gets that massive head start? Like, I find that not to be fair. I feel like, I need to be somewhat closer, but some of these people I feel like running, they're like the halfway part when they start. And you still beat them. I don't know how you do it. But I mean, like, did you ever feel that it wasn't fair? Or like, tell me what were you thinking? Or like, am I going to be able to catch these guys?
I think it was fair. It was fair.
Because there were 400 racers that you passed. And what was the total number you didn't pass? Because I know it wasn't many. You tied or got close.
I think it was like 10 or 12 out of 5 years, I think, 4 or 5 years.
Think about those odds, 10 to 12 people to get like 30 to 40 yards in front of you. Okay. So if any of those have been next to you, you're beating them by 50 to 100 yards. But they're able to do it because they had that extra yards. Did any of those dads trash talk on the microphone or to you before the race? Like, anybody ever get like, I got you?
All of them.
No way. So every dad that gets down there starts trash talking to you?
Yeah.
Tell me, what were they saying?
They was like, oh, Freeze, I'm going to beat you. I'm going to dust you. And I just laugh. I just continue to warm up. I laugh. I'm like, man, they just don't know what they getting themselves into.
I mean, like, that's like on a Saturday morning, before you play a football team, if you're SEC country, and you start making fun of the other team's quarterback or their mom. I mean, like, you're just going to give them ammunition to be able to do better. It just makes my day that these people, all of the fans I can just picture 400 something fans that you've run against, they all start with, I got you, Mr. Freeze, you're going down. It's shocking. Like, the last thing I'd want to do is do that to you because I want you to be nice to me. So I beat you. I don't want to be getting you all fired up so you just run past me smiling or I fall, which is the worst. All right. You've won on the world stage in massive races. You've also ran against so many fans, over 500 in front of 40,000 people. And now you're a coach. Be honest, which one of these makes your heart race the most?
Being a coach.
Tell me about it.
Being stressed out, like putting the girls in the right spot, going through practice that whole week, just giving them the opportunities to win and help them grow in life, not only in flag football, but like just grow in life. But
everything.
My heart always racing.
Oh, I cannot. It's just like your own children type situation. So tell everybody you're a coach right now. You're obviously coaching women's flag football.
Mm-hmm. So I coach at McEachern High School. I coach girls flag, and I currently coach track and field now because we're in track season now. And I'm the head coach of the middle school feeder program.
Wow. Okay.
This year will be the 3rd year. Last year we won state for the middle school. We went 15-0.
Wow.
And this year on varsity, we were state runners up, but the year before we won state on varsity for girls flag. So,
is it because of the coach?
And going, no, it's not nothing to do with the coach. It's all the girls.
Oh, man, you're already being humble, and that's outstanding. So that is great. Well, listen, it's time for us to take a sprinter break and grab some water. We'll be right back with Mr. Freeze and find out what it takes if you want to become the Freeze.
Started as a kid with a team to believe in. Every win and loss left my heart still beating.
And we are back with easily one of the most famous athletes to ever run inside Atlanta Braves Truist Park, the original Freeze. All right, I got to ask, if you want to become Freeze 2.0, 3.0, the next future Freezes, because I know you've retired from it, what's basic training? What's the required 40-yard time? Like trash talk tolerance, because I've just learned about 5 minutes ago that trash talk is critically important to be able to manage and navigate that. But how do you become the Freeze?
So before the season, just go on Braves.com, go to careers, and they'll be looking for Freezes. I know they had a tryout, I think in January,
Okay. Wow. Recently,
yeah. They should give you a call back. I don't know how the process really is. I just know it's tryouts now. And
it's got to be fast, and you've got to be fast. If you think about your speed time with all the races you ran, tell us what, so everybody here could know the seconds. Is the 100-yard dash, is that the most popular one?
The 100 meters is popular in track and field, the 200s.
And 200? All right, so what's your time? On the 100 meter, what was your fastest time?
My fastest time was 10:27.
10 seconds, basically 10, that's 10.27 seconds.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I mean, Nigel, what's the speed limit on that? How fast are you going?
The speed limit, I never did a miles per hour. I want to try that.
Yeah, you need to, because we got to know how fast can you run, because I know that, the NFL players sometimes they'll dart on the wide receivers and they can do, their super speed, and they'll be like, he's running at, 22 miles an hour or that area. But there's no doubt what you were doing is super speed. And not only were you running really fast, you were also, like you just said, running against some trash talk. How do you practice not laughing when someone is celebrating way too early and then you go right by them or they fall? Like, I would be laughing. I don't know how I could stay focused, how you could stay focused when you've got that person just going like, I've already won. I beat the freeze. And then how do you practice that?
I never seen them fall.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right, because you're past them.
I passed them, and so when the guy went viral, they was like, you was on because we had another game the next day, and they was like, you was on ESPN and stuff. I was like, I went to bed after the game, so I don't know. They was like, yeah, the dude, he fell. I was like, oh, okay. And I just said, oh, okay. And then they kept playing the clip over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, this is really serious, huh?
It's so embarrassing for that guy, that dad. I mean, if I could just tell if my children saw me race you and then I fall down, I mean, they'd just be mortified to go to school, because people would be like, your dad was racing the freeze and fell. But you obviously were able to do it and you didn't laugh. So you never have to deal with that. All right. Did you ever have to run more than one time in a game? Did they ever do a second inning and then come back in the ninth or anything like that? It was just only one time.
Only one time a game. I wish we could have did that. That would have been pretty cool.
Yeah, and I mean, have you ever been contacted by any other teams that want to bring the idea to him? I mean, to their location, to their ballpark?
No, I haven't, but I'm up for the offer, I can come out retirement.
Yeah, it just feels like this is something where I could tell the fact that this Uber driver, and then the producers of the show, when I pinged them and said, hey, we've got to get Mr. Freeze on the show, everyone knew who you were before they even Googled. So the brand, that call it that Q rating level, that brand level is huge for the freeze idea, because it's so much fun. Just watching the videos, I was like, I wish they would have that at every Major League Baseball game I've ever attended, because that would be really entertaining when you have some of those down, boring bouts of baseball that you were a baseball player, so you know how it works. But my question then is, what was the recovery like? So you just ran, you just did that speed. Did you have to go to the hot shower and the cold bath afterwards just to take a break like you would in a tournament?
No. After the race is over, I go and get back in my grounds crew uniform and go back to.
Wow. Okay, so that's how. So tell us that, because we forgot to discuss that on how you were actually found to become the very first freeze. You work in the grounds crew. You're the folks that help make sure when the sprinkling rain comes down, you quickly run out there, you cover it, because you can't let the water get on the dirt. How were you found, and how did you become the freeze?
So they knew I was a track athlete. So I started working on the grounds crew 2013. And then at the end of the season, at the last couple of games of Turn the Field, they do the stolen base challenge. And I was like, man, can I do that? I just kept begging them, can I do that? Can I do that? And I did it in the grounds crew uniform. I did it, I can't even remember the time, but it was pretty fast. And then in 2017, when we went over to SunTrust Park, now Truist Park, it was like, hey, do you want to help us with a promotion? He'll be racing a fan, and me, boom, I run track. So I was like, all right, cool.
Let's go.
That's how I really started.
It's just so cool. Way to also done for everybody listening in terms of going after dreams. You let people know what you wanted to do. You kept in their ear around, I would like to do this. I'd like to do this. And obviously you represented the grounds crew wonderfully well by being one of their team members that comes out and becomes the freeze. Now, did you get to work out in the Braves weight room at all, or since you were part of the culture?
No, I wish.
That doesn't seem fair, Nigel. I feel like if you're the freeze, and I hate to say this is going to sound really bad for all the Major League Baseball players, and I know we've interviewed some, and I know you all, thank you. I'm humbled that you all are listening to the show. Freeze, you're more famous than 95% of the baseball players, okay? Because to the crowd, to the whole world out there, outside of the super sports people, people know the Freeze, an Uber driver, okay, and the producer who never has watched a baseball game in her life. So the fact that these individuals would know who the Freeze watch. I back up. They watch baseball games, and they literally came to some of those games to watch you. But I wouldn't say they knew who all the players were, unless it was Dale Murphy. I'm going to go back in time, like Dale Murphy, those type of players that you may know. But most of the names of some of these superstars, pop culture, you may not know them. I know they may be getting $250 million contracts. Okay, Nigel? I do know that. But a lot of people in pop culture may not know them, but they did know the Freeze. So I think that feels like they should have let you use the Braves locker room whenever you wanted to. All right, you've lived multiple athletic lives, world champion, grounds crew icon as the legendary Mr. Freeze, and a coach. Which version of yourself are you the most proud of?
Being a coach, like last year, middle school program, this past season, I say last year because we about to start a new season for flag, but this past season, I was on the B team. The B team is our 6th and 7th grade girls, and the A team is our 8th grade girls. So the first year I was with the A team, the 8th graders. They moved on to the 9th grade. So the second year I came back to coach, and I was part of the B team. And like it was only 4 girls that really had flag experience. Me and my assistant coaches, like we just over the summer and before our season, like we just took our time and just developed the girls. And like at the end of the season, like yeah, we won state
Yeah.
and stuff. But when the girls' parents was sending me messages like, "I'm so happy that you was my daughter's coach." One girl, she moved from Tennessee. Her parents, they moved from Tennessee, and they moved here. And she was like, "You made our move really smooth. Like you being the coach, like you helped us and everything." Like that just I don't know. It just touched me. Like
Yep.
I'm making an impact on young ladies that's in middle school, also on the high school level as well, but they enjoying flag football. They learned flag football, and it was only 4 girls that knew flag football. So
Yep.
we had 20-something girls on the team, and like they bonded together and they became state champs. They didn't lose a game.
I mean, that's just incredible. It's wonderful to hear these sports that are growing. I mean, like, flag football is becoming a much more popular sport. I know the NFL is big time supporting it, and to have a ring, I mean, you got a ring for that. Everybody gets rings. I mean, you're the state champ and for your school, and you went 15-0, which is incredible. So when you decided to become a coach and retire as the Freeze, the original Freeze, do you think that being the Freeze helped you as a coach now that you've been a coach for a little bit? That experience?
I think it kinda did, and I just think growing up, like, really helped me become a coach. Cause like, things that I know now, I wish I knew back then when I was competing or when I was going to high school or going to college and stuff. In college, it's just basically just growing, but yeah, I think it kinda helped.
Absolutely. All right. When you get to the pearly gates and they say, Mr. Original Freeze, you emotionally devastated hundreds of Braves fans during these games. What are you asking for forgiveness for? Is there a story? Is there a race, a moment?
Maybe demolishing Braves fans during the game.
I mean, because it's just so good. Just watching these fans be so excited. Now, obviously, are you a Braves fan too? I mean, I would imagine you are. Okay, good. So at least my hoodie that I'm wearing makes sense, because I would have been sad if you said, no, I cheer for the Dodgers. I would have had the wrong hat on today.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Hey, the Braves had a good run. I mean, Freddie Freeman and them, they got it. They got their title. It felt really good. I mean, being from Knoxville, Tennessee, by the way, Nigel, the Braves are our team, right? So, I mean, like Knoxville, Tennessee, it's all Braves land. I think Nashville is kind of split a little bit, but it's still very big Braves country. So, I mean, you'll see a lot of Braves merch here. And that's why I think Freeze, you're so well known even in these parts here, because people all know the Freeze. All right. It's now time for everybody on the show that loves it the most, the Desert Fan Island, Braves edition. Warm Georgia night, lights on, crowd buzzing at Truist Park. You get one movie, one musical artist, one stadium food, one beverage, and one person to share it with. We're going to start at the top. What is the one movie you're going to have on the Jumbotron? You're on a Desert Fan Truist Island, Atlanta Braves Park, by yourself in a stadium. What movie is going to be just looping on the Jumbotron.
Remember the Titans.
That's a good one. God, I love that movie. That's one of mine as well. It's just so powerful. All right.
Football, you run a mile.
Yeah, it's awesome. Also, Denzel is just he's one of the most talented actors ever. So he takes it to another level, but it's a beautiful, beautiful film. All right. One music artist. You get one music artist to listen to.
It's so many. Okay, Rod Wave.
All right. Rod Wave. Awesome. All right. One stadium food.
Hot dog.
Okay. One beverage.
Sprite.
Okay. All right. You get one person to be with.
Darn, only one person.
Only get one person. Sorry. It's tough. By the way, when you said the music, I wish you'd say there's an artist I met while I was in Atlanta at Got Soul named K-Camp. And he's the coolest guy ever. I mean, my son knew who he was. He's a really good singer. If you've ever listened to his stuff, K-Camp is his name.
He's one of my top artists.
There you go. So K-Camp, I know you're going to listen to this. We had to get you featured. All right. Back to one person.
Oh, man, one person? I'm going to have to say my girlfriend because I don't want to get dumped tonight.
Yes, exactly. Smart answer. I would have said that's a smart answer. All right. You get one Braves legend as a bonus question for the world to hear. You get one Braves legend to be with you as well. Who is it?
Andrew Jones.
Awesome. All right. Now we're going to go to the buzzer beater. This is the rapid fire questions. I'm going to ask you a question. You just spit it out real quick, your answer. Number one, favorite Braves player of all time.
Oh, my gosh. Really?
You can say the same one or give us a new one.
Ozzy.
All right. Oh, that's a good one. I've got his card at home. Hardest race you've ever ran. The one you remember the most.
60-meter indoor nationals, 2013. Krishna Coleman was in my race.
I just love the memory because it just came right to you. See, that was an easy question. All right. Would you rather catch someone right at the finish line or do you want to win by 10 to 20 yards?
Finish line.
That's so much fun. I can only imagine the thrill of just breaking right there, just a fist ahead of the other guy. All right. If a fan pulls a hamstring racing you, what do you do?
Cross the finish line, come back.
That's exact smart answer. Most ridiculous thing someone has ever done trying to beat you.
Start off jogging, then take off fast.
There you go. There you go. Final question. Years from now, when people say the original freeze, what do you hope that means?
That I inspired them to keep going.
This is the Super Fan Diaries. I'm J.R. Green. And remember, if you make one person smile today, you've had a great day. Make them laugh, even better. Thanks for listening, and goodbye.
At Blinds.com, it's not just about window treatments. It's about you, your style, your space, your way. Whether you DIY or want the pros to handle it all, you'll have the confidence of knowing it's done right. From free expert design help to our 100% satisfaction guarantee, everything we do is made to fit your life and your windows. Because at Blinds.com, the only thing we treat better than windows is you. Visit Blinds.com now for up to 45% off site-wide, plus a professional measure at no cost. Rules and restrictions apply.
Tires matter. They're the only part of your vehicle that touches the road. Tread confidently with new tires from Tire Rack. Whether you're looking for expert recommendations or know exactly what you want, Tire Rack makes it easy. Fast, free shipping, free road hazard protection, and convenient installation options. Go to TireRack.com to see tire test results, tire ratings, and consumer reviews, and be sure to check out all the special offers. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.